Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Lean Muscle and Fitness, and today I wanted to talk about intermittent fasting. Specifically, it's been about 3 years, a little over 3 years since I've started doing intermittent fasting, and I wanted to discuss some of the benefits that I've experienced with it, and as well as to discuss some of the results that I've had with it. And if you're not familiar with what intermittent fasting is, basically you compress your eating window during the day. It depends on what kind of style of intermittent fasting you're doing. I tend to follow a protocol called Leangains, which for men, it actually compresses the amount of time you eat your food or consume all your calories to about an 8-hour window throughout the day. And there's a lot of benefits to that, and I'll get into that. For women, it usually compresses their window to anywhere between 8 and 10 hours. So a little bit longer of an eating window for them where they can consume their calories. Okay, so some of the benefits that I've found to be true a year into it, 2 years into it, and even now, it's been consistent. The benefits have not changed. Number one, when you start intermittent fasting and you do it properly combined with the exercise, it's amazing how fat loss can occur. It's probably the best diet and nutrition tool that I've come across that will pretty quickly eliminate fat just by how it's designed. And once you have eliminated your fat and get to where you want to be, you can maintain that leanness indefinitely. So one thing for me, growing up, you always hear about diets and people, you go up and down on your weight and different things. With intermittent fasting, I found that you can maintain your weight, maintain your leanness year-round. And so there's no yo-yoing. You don't bounce back and forth on your weight. It's very consistent. I've been very consistent weight for these 3 years. My wife also does intermittent fasting. She's been doing it for about 3 years as well. And before intermittent fasting, her weight would just fluctuate. It would fluctuate quite a lot. So, but now that she's been doing it for about 3 years, her weight has been very, very consistent, surprisingly consistent. And so that's one thing she really likes about it. Okay, number two, one thing that I found initially, and I still find today, is that you have much, much more of a mental control over food. Before intermittent fasting, I really loved sugar, sweets, desserts, things that weren't really necessarily good for me nutritionally. But when I started intermittent fasting and I've really fine-tuned it over these 3 years, it's very, very easy for me to pass on dessert or to not have that pop or cookie or sweet tea or whatever it is. Really dessert, even other foods that aren't good for you. You start to see food really as more of a fuel and less of something that's gonna, satisfy a craving or make you temporarily feel good. So in that regard, I found it to be very, very beneficial. Okay, number three, achieving muscle gains while intermittent fasting. This is something that a lot of people strive for, to maintain leanness but also be able to make gains in their muscles. A lot of guys and girls try to aim for this. And so over the course of 3 years, I think initially with intermittent fasting, what it really helped me to do was to lose the excess body fat that I had, and that was really, really helpful in that regard. And then throughout these 3 years, it's helping to maintain the leanness. But while you're doing intermittent fasting, you still can make muscle gains. A lot of people call it a lean bulk with intermittent fasting because you can put on some muscle while staying lean, and that's really ideal for my fitness goals and a lot of people's goals. Okay, on to the next benefit, mental clarity. This is one thing that really surprised me initially when I stopped eating food in the morning till about noon, which, by the way, that's what I do. I usually don't eat till about noon. And then my eating window is probably from about noon to 8. So when I stopped eating or having breakfast in the morning, I thought I was going to be really tired, lethargic, and actually it does take a little bit of an adjustment period, probably anywhere from a few days to a few weeks for some people. So initially it did take a little bit of adjusting, but after that, not only do you not miss the food, but mentally and physically you feel really, really good. You actually feel really mentally clear, and you're thinking clearly. For me, it's the most productive time in the day is the morning when I actually haven't even eaten anything. And so that's the time to really get stuff done. You're thinking clearly, you're feeling physically really, really good. Your energy levels are actually really high, which is something that I wouldn't have thought of, when I first started intermittent fasting. I would have thought, oh, I need food in order to have energy. Well, that's really not the case. You actually feel much better, and that has a lot to do with human biology and how the body is designed. So, okay, another benefit is that this is actually a long-term diet, as I alluded to earlier. This is not something that you're gonna get on for a little bit, lose some weight, and then go back to your normal way of eating. This is something that I've done virtually every day for over 3 years, and it's something that I really, really enjoy. Many people around the world enjoy it as well, and it's something that it really becomes a lifestyle. It's just how you eat, it's how you live. It's something that integrates really, really well into your lifestyle, and the benefits of it far exceed the old way that I used to eat. There's other benefits with intermittent fasting. These are just some of the highlights that I wanted to discuss briefly in this video, but I hope it gives you an overview, a perspective on how intermittent fasting may be able to benefit you. If you think that intermittent fasting is something that you may be able to incorporate into your own life or give it a try, I do highlight it pretty extensively in my fitness program that I created called Make Fit Happen, which can be found on my website, leanmuscleandfitness.com. I talk about that in depth. And also with Make Fit Happen, if you're really looking to build a strategy, a solid strategy to actually get in shape, whether your goal is to lose fat, build muscle, tone, whatever your goal is, Make Fit Happen will do that for you. It's for men and women, all fitness levels, all ages, and I go into a lot of specifics on fitness and health. In the program, I go extensively into developing a proper mindset on how to actually achieve a fit body and a fit lifestyle. But that's only achieved when you have the proper mindset. You've really got to be thinking right, and probably about half the book discusses achieving a proper mindset. And I'm really, really proud of that, and I know it's going to be extremely helpful for you. And then the second part of Make Fit Happen actually involves goal setting techniques that I use to actually make your plan a reality. Very, very helpful. Number 3 in Make Fit Happen is the nutritional aspect of it. Actually, I don't even discuss intermittent fasting in that component. All that nutritional information in that unit is actually information that even people that don't use intermittent fasting can find very, very helpful. The last component of Make Fit Happen is actually the exercise portion. It describes the exercises and everything that you can do that actually make a difference. Like I said, whether your goal is to lose weight, build muscle, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, I highlight every single thing, and it's totally covered. That's the beauty of Make Fit Happen. I cover everything, and it's actually probably several programs in one. And my goal when I developed that program was basically to make every single sentence in the entire program valuable for everybody. And so there's something that everyone's going to learn. Someone who's never worked out, people who are more advanced, people that don't really know what to do, people that do know what to do but are looking to take themselves to the next level. Basically what it is I've put everything that I've learned in these last 3 years and even before that and put it into one book. So once you've gone through Make Fit Happen, the program, you'll pretty much know everything that I know. My whole knowledge base is in that program. With that being said, I hope you found this video helpful. Again, for more information, check out leanmuscleandfitness.com where you can get much more information. Thanks for watching.